What's going on, my fellas? Today I'm going to be doing a very important task. I'm ranking every type of Minecraft wood as of 1.20. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm just ranking the entire wood type, so not just the individual block. I'll take into consideration everything that the wood can produce, so like anything from logs to fences. Now, I have to give a quick disclaimer. You will not agree with this video. Everything mentioned here is personal opinion. If it triggers you, I apologize. Just bear that in mind, that this is all my personal opinion. Okay, so I'm going in alphabetical order here. So this is interesting. We're starting with Acacia. I used to hate Acacia wood, and I understand that a lot of people dislike the wood, but honestly I've come to appreciate it. It's very unique. Like, if you use it correctly, the orange can look good, but it is also very easy to use it incorrectly. And it blends with a lot of other blocks. It can blend well with bricks and granite and copper. You know, good for texturing that way. And the log, the Acacia log, is unique because it's gray. I would say that gives the wood bonus points for versatility to have a gray log. And I know it's not like the most amazing color. It's like there are other good gray blocks, but I think it's good for versatility. I'll give it a solid B for now. So the next block I have is bamboo. It's the most recent one to be added to the game, and I really haven't gotten to use it a whole lot, but I can already tell it's not very versatile. Like, the shade of all the bamboo blocks is exactly the same, and it's not the best shade in general. It doesn't have a lot of variety, and I typically don't like to work with light colored wood. So I mean, that's just personal bias, but that has to take points off as well. I prefer darker wood, so I'm gonna give it rank C. It's not as good as Acacia in my personal opinion. Birch. Okay, I know a lot of people love to hate on birch, and I get it, the standalone wood isn't the best looking. I've already mentioned, I'm not a fan of lightly colored wood, so the planks aren't my favorite. However, birch's saving grace is the fact that its logs can be used in textures with other blocks like diorite and calcite, and it's like, it is very surprising how good the log works with those types of, but it's like my go-to for a white colored wall. And I think it's enough, honestly, to earn this wood an A. The textures are just, like, they're really good when you look at them. So the compatibility is what saves it there. Also, side note, Mojang definitely should have given us that scrap to birch forest update. Next is cherry. Couldn't find an actual good picture of the log of cherry. This is the type of wood where you craft it and it no longer reveals the actual wood inside.
Okay, this is me from the future. Apparently this version of the wood is just called wood. Like, it's just called cherry wood. I don't understand that, because it's like a log just without the end textures, but I mean, yeah, it's just wood.
I'm not a huge fan of the cherry blossom wood, but I think that the planks can be used right, but it has a very specific niche. So it's like, I think that it's potentially the least versatile wood on here. It's just really not that good with texturing. So few pink blocks in the game. And I mean, the logs don't really do anything for me either, so I'll give it a C, but it's below bamboo. Okay, the crimson stem. This is one of those late game wood types, because it's in the nether, and I actually think it's a good thing that this is less easily obtainable. The planks of this are most comparable to the cherry wood. Where the cherry wood fails, it's like the cherry wood is a little too available. This wood avoids oversaturation through its rarity. Also, I think the planks are a bit more subtle than the cherry blossoms planks, and I think the log has a cooler texture overall, so, you know, I'll give it a B. I'll put it below Acacia. Dark oak. Okay, dark oak easily satisfies that dark wood applicability I mentioned earlier. It is more versatile than all of these, which gives it some advantages. Out of all these woods on the entire list, its plank and log textures are the most similar, which I would otherwise consider a negative. However, the fact that the wood is so dark means I would use it primarily for texturing anyway, so it's like, it's nice that it lends itself to that. Also, the leaves, the dark oak leaves, can blend pretty nicely with the normal oak leaves. That has to be taken into consideration as well. Which actually, I forgot to mention, the cherry blossom leaves are quite cool and unique. But again, just like the planks, they're very niche. They definitely can be used well. I've seen them used well too. It's just they're not versatile. Yeah, the dark oak leaves can look good, and this might be a bit obscure, but you can do this cool trick with cartography tables and dark oak planks to add some texturing. And it's cool because the cartography table texture is a flipped dark oak, so yeah, that's cool. I'll give it a solid A. I think it's above birch. Yes, we'll keep it there for now. And jungle. Oh my goodness. Jungle is my least favorite wood on this list. Its planks and logs are just a bit worse than oaks, so it doesn't have any real identity or value. Like, everything that this wood does, oak does better. So there's really no unique aspect to it. It's not necessarily completely ugly, but there's no reason to get it. It's harder to acquire than oak wood. Like, maybe if it was easier to acquire, then I'd understand, because it's like, oh, it's an alternative for early game. But no, it doesn't even have that going for it. It's just completely useless. Also, now that we can find bamboo in the exact same biome, there is zero reason to collect this trash. It's easy D. And by the way, I don't have an F tier on this list. None of the woods are that bad. You know, they're all usable. I don't think they should remove any woods from the game, but this is definitely the closest we're getting to an F. Mangrove. Okay, so I was uncertain about mangrove when it first came out, but I can appreciate it now. The mangrove planks are colored wood done right. They look natural, and they aren't burning my eyes out. The logs are also good for texturing. A tier. Oak wood. Okay, oak is the most classic wood. It's basically unrivaled. Well, mostly unrivaled. Anyway, oak is good for texturing, using standalone, using logs and planks together, and so much more. Also, the azalea trees are oak, and they lead to way more resources. So, easy S tier. I mean, oak is just classic. You can't really go wrong with oak. I feel like anyone who hates on oak just hates on Minecraft in general. Because oak is a staple. You know, you think of wood and you think of oak. I don't think that should be controversial at all that oak is S tier. Spruce. Spruce is, always has been, and will probably continue to be my favorite wood type in Minecraft. It's super versatile, in that its planks and logs both look good in all sorts of different scenarios. Like, it is genuinely hard to think of a block that doesn't look good with spruce. I have a couple of tricks that I like to do with spruce. One is that its plank color textures really well with the oak log, and its log color goes well with all dark oak blocks. It slides right in there, and it's very seamless. Also, it has by far the best trapdoors, as their design is solid and can be used as a vertical slab of sorts. The spruce biomes are all really great too, giving off the best foresty vibe the game has to offer. Not only is spruce in S, I say that spruce tops oak. And now finally we've got warped stem. Now, I've never been a big fan of warped stem. It suffers from the same problems as the cherry blossom wood. The planks can look good in more circumstances though, but it is often a chore to make them not look out of place, if you know what I'm saying. Like, if I went to get some warped stem from the nether, and I wanted to integrate it into the base, I don't think it would be easy to get it into a good standalone look. I would have to combine it with quite a few other blocks, and it's hard to texture it because it's blue, and there's not a lot of other blue blocks that look good with the warped stem planks. The logs are cool though. It does suffer from the same problems as cherry blossom wood, but I'll rank it above cherry blossom, because there's no other blue wood in the game, whereas cherry blossom is similar enough to crimson and mangrove that it's not as unique, not as needed, so it'll go there. Anyways, that's all for this video. Maybe Mojang will add blocks that complement jungle wood in the future, but until then I have no apologies for jungle wood fans.